Right, hello friends. Now we will take the second group of exemptions that's called agriculture related services, right? See, this is what first we have seen what if you remember, first we have seen this called nothing but charitable trust services, right? Now the second services that we are seeing is nothing but what's our agriculture services. So first what I'll do, first I'll explain you the provision, then we can discuss the theory part. See, government says what government says in case of agriculture, mainly I'm talking agriculture, the following three services would remain exempt. कैटेगरी है, ध्यान से सुनना है. एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड सर्विसेज बोल के हेडिंग है, उसके अंदर पॉइंट्स पढ़ रहा हूँ अभी मैं. गवर्नमेंट सेज द फॉलोइंग थ्री सर्विसेज इन रिलेशन टू एग्रीकल्चर वुड रिमेन व्हाट सर एग्जम्प्ट. फर्स्ट वन इज एनी एक्टिविटी in relation to agriculture. कोई भी एक्टिविटी रहने दो in relation to agriculture. Don't confuse with the word called agriculture produce. I said agriculture. Any activity in relation to what, sir? Agriculture. So whatever activity you do in relation to agriculture, that activity will be taken as what, sir? Exempt. Now what we need to understand in the background, sir, what do you mean by agriculture, right? That's first point. See, the term agriculture also includes what, livestock. Livestock is also taken as what, sir? Agriculture. To this point, the exception is what, exception is horses. Horses. Leaving horses, any other activity in relation to agriculture as well as agriculture, what you call, sir? Livestock is also taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. बोलता हूँ, explanation धीरे धीरे देता हूँ, not in a hurry. Likewise, any activity in relation to agriculture produce is also taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. Third activity is activity by way of agriculture extension services, AES. Dhire dhire you will understand. So services in relation to what, sir? Agriculture. Services in relation to what, sir? Agriculture produce. Third one is agriculture extension services. Main to तीन ही point है. Now see, if you want to do an activity of agriculture, you should think what you require. You require a land. So if someone is giving a land on rent for agriculture activity, that rent is taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. समझ में आ रहा है ना? मतलब एग्रीकल्चर करना है तो फर्स्ट रिक्वायर अ लैंड. बिना लैंड के एग्रीकल्चर कैसे होगा? सो फर्स्ट रिक्वायर व्हाट, सर? लैंड. सो विदाउट लैंड यू कैन नॉट डू एग्रीकल्चर, राइट? सो लेटिंग ऑफ लैंड फॉर एग्रीकल्चर इज टेकन एज व्हाट, सर? एग्जम्प्ट. Land is not sufficient. Require seeds, soil testing, seed testing. Even that is also taken as what, sir? Exempt. After that you require nothing but what, farm labor. Farm labor मतलब जो लेबर काम करेंगे एग्रीकल्चर में आके, that is called farm labor. Even farm labor services is also taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. Apart from, you require some fencing services for your agriculture, what you call, sir? Farmland. Even fencing services in relation to agriculture are taken as what, sir? Exempt. In simple term, harvesting services, soil testing, seed testing, harvesting, grading services, छानते ना भाई, right? All these services in relation to agriculture are taken as what, sir? Exempt. एग्रीकल्चर के लिए इक्विपमेंट्स चाहिए, जैसे ट्रैक्टर चाहिए, गिविंग ट्रैक्टर ऑन रेंट, एग्रीकल्चर इक्विपमेंट्स, ऑल दीज आर टेकन एज व्हाट, सर? एग्जम्प्ट फ्रॉम जीएसटी. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट कवर्स दोज एक्टिविटीज विच आर इन रिलेशन टू व्हाट, सर? एग्रीकल्चर. सेकेंड क्या है, ध्यान से देखो, एक्टिविटी इन रिलेशन टू व्हाट, सर? एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस. एनी एक्टिविटी कैरिड ऑन एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस इज टेकन एज व्हाट, सर? इज टेकन एज एग्जाम सर्विसेज. नाउ क्वेश्चन इज, सर, व्हाट इन बाय एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस? Agriculture produce means when you do an activity of agriculture, the end result of agriculture is called agriculture produce. So if you are in the activity of growing paddy, then the paddy crop बनाएंगे ना आप, लास्ट में जो paddy आएगा, right, that is taken as nothing but what, sir? Agriculture produce. Now try to understand, is rice and agriculture produce is question, sir? Is paddy agriculture produce or rice and agriculture produce? Government says activities up to a point of time, the produce remains in its original form or original character without changing its essential character. Those activities are taken as what, sir? Exempt. Why? Because those activities are carried on what, sir? Agriculture produce. अब ध्यान से, paddy already got a market. Paddy converting paddy into rice, मतलब de-husking of that paddy, polishing of rice, that is not taken as agriculture activity. Why? Government says activities carried out up to the point of time the agriculture produce remains in its original form. मतलब form मतलब physical form में मत जाओ. The character of the produce should remain same. Like example, if you are converting tomato into tomato ketchup, altogether you brought a new produce, right, na sir? And that is not what agriculture produce. So tomatoes are called agriculture produce. Converting sugar cane into sugar, that activity cannot be taken as what sir agriculture produce. Why? Sugar cane already got a market. Am I clear? So government says anything that you carry on in relation to what sir agriculture produce is also taken as what sir exempt services. मतलब understand grading of agriculture produce, different grades करते ना, human fit, animal fit, not fit for consumption, right now, grading of produce, packing of produce, right now, storing of agriculture produce, right now, transportation of agriculture produce, all these are taken as what sir exempt from GST. So any activity in relation to agriculture or any activity in relation to what sir agriculture produce is taken as what sir exempt. Now what about agriculture extension services? मतलब any activity which is carried out to extend the agriculture is taken as what sir agriculture extension services. Like example, you are acting like a commission agent to sell the produce in the market. मतलब from the farmer the produce come to the primary market, right? So imagine you are acting like an agent between the farmer and what sir and the primary market. Your commission income is also taken as what sir exempt. Imagine you are a trainer, you provide training or information on agriculture, right now, or agriculture produce, season wise, data wise, you share a lot of data with farmers. Your activity is taken as what sir agriculture extension services. So principally if you observe, three things are there. Activity in relation to agriculture is exempt, activity in relation to agriculture produce is also exempt, activity by way of what sir agriculture extension is taken as what sir exempt. Am I clear up to here? Please try to understand in income tax agriculture got a different meaning. There only agriculture means crops, but here agriculture also includes what livestock. मतलब imagine someone is having an activity of what cross breeding of animals, even that is taken as agriculture activity. Someone is into pisciculture मतलब they create an artificial pond in which they do activity of fishing, right now, that is also taken as agriculture. Horticulture, flowers का जो काम है, even that is taken as what sir agriculture. Therefore the term agriculture includes what sir allied activities, it also includes what sir livestock. But one activity is not covered in livestock, that's nothing but what sir horses. Living horses activity, any other activity in relation to what sir livestock is taken as what sir agriculture activity. Can I now go to the point? एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं क्या है. देखो agriculture related services, one by line you can read sir. I'll just cover the important points, right? Key points, otherwise you want I can just underline. Right, agriculture operations are nothing but what sir cultivation, harvesting, threshing, plant protection or testing services, right now. It also includes what sir farm labor. Process carried out at an agriculture farm, very important point. Process carried out on agriculture farm including tending, pruning, cutting, harvesting, drying, cleaning, trimming, sun drying, fumigation, curing, sorting, grading, cooling, bulk packing of such or like operations which do not alter the essential character. See these keywords, which do not alter what sir the essential character of agriculture produce, but only make it what sir marketable for primary market. So whatever activity you carry out on agriculture produce to make it marketable, all those activities are taken as what sir exempt from GST. Am I clear? Okay. Likewise activities also includes what renting or leasing of what sir agro machinery, right now, renting of vacant land, loading, unloading, packing, storing, warehousing of what sir agriculture produce, agriculture what sir extension services, etc. और बहुत सारे ऐसे services हैं which are taken as what sir exempt. So fumigation services. See, in a warehouse when they keep the produce, right now, certain type of sprays or chemicals are sprayed on the produce. Those activities are taken as nothing but what sir fumigation services. गोडाउन में जाके स्प्रे करते ना सर, वो जो केमिकल्स कुछ स्प्रे करते सर फॉर द better produce of the harvest, right now, thereby those services are also taken as what sir exempt services. Am I clear? So it's very important to understand the definition of the term called what sir agriculture and agriculture produce. दो definitions बहुत बहुत important है, देखते हैं. First one क्या है, देखो agriculture produce का meaning. Am I clear? What is agriculture produce means? Any produce out of what sir cultivation of plants and rearing of all life of animals except what sir rearing of horses. Leaving this horse activity, any other activity in relation to livestock is taken as what, sir? Agriculture. That is for what, sir? For food, fiber, fuel, raw material, or for other similar products on which either no process is done or such process is done as is usually done by the cultivator or producer, which does not alter its essential character but make it what, sir? Marketable for primary market. Mother, try to understand. If you are converting paddy into rice, that activity is no more called an agricultural activity. Why? Why? Because paddy already got a market. So if you are converting paddy into rice, you cannot claim exemption here. Am I clear? Because rice is again a different marketable product when compared to what, sir? Paddy. वैसे ही sugar cane है, sugar cane already got a market. Converting sugar cane into what, sir? Some syrup, or converting sugar cane into molasses, converting sugar cane into what, sir? Sugar. Those activities are not covered here. Am I clear? So agriculture produces something where any activity you do on it, but if the character of the produce remains same, those activities are taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. Can I move, sir? Following processes are liable to GST. देख लो sir, आप line by line पढ़ लो. Following activities are liable to what, sir? GST. Any process which alters the essential character. If you are changing the character of agriculture produce, then such services would remain what, sir? Such services would become taxable. Am I clear? Like example, coffee रहता ना sir. If you roast the coffee, if you cure the coffee, then you are bringing a refined product, right? That will become taxable. Sunflower, you are extracting what's a sunflower oil from it. That will also become taxable. Groundnut, you are crushing groundnut to make what's a groundnut oil. That will also become what's a agriculture activity? No, that will become what's a taxable activity. वो सब taxable हो जाएगा भाई, because you are changing the character of the produce. पूरा एकदम नया market create कर रहे हो आप लोग, right ना? So next one, sir. Process which makes the agriculture produce marketable in what market? Retail market. मतलब the produce already was brought to the primary market. From primary it goes to wholesale market, distribution to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer. All those services will become what, sir? Taxable. What is exempt in GST? Services by commission agent to bring the produce to where, sir? To the primary market is taken as exempt. Any other commission services would become what, sir? Taxable. Am I clear? Next. Sir, what about tea? See, when you grow tea plants, up to the point you are plucking the tea plants, it's okay. That's taken as agriculture produce. But then converting the tea leaves into tea powder, that is not taken as agriculture activity. Likewise, the same point will apply for black tea, green tea, white tea. These are all refined products, right now. Likewise, coffee के लिए example बोल दिया है. If you are growing coffee plants, you got coffee beans, right? If you convert the coffee beans into what's a roasted coffee or crushed coffee or grounded coffee, that will all become what, sir? Taxable. Likewise, if you are converting sugarcane into what, sir? Jaggery. Jaggery matlab good, bellam. So if you are converting sugarcane into jaggery, that will also become what, sir? Taxable activity. You know pulses, right? Dals बोलते हैं हम लोग दाल. See, दाल generally round ऐसा कुछ रहता है, छिलके के अंदर रहता है, right? So if you are doing de-husking activity, मतलब removing the outer layer of the dal, that activity is taken as what, sir? Taxable. So pulses are no doubt agriculture produce. But if you remove the husk of the pulse, split करते हैं ना उसको, दाल को split ऐसे करेंगे ना, that activity of de-husking of that outer shell is taken as what, sir? Taxable activity. So pulses are commonly known as what, sir? Dals. So activity of de-husking or splitting is taken as what, sir? Taxable activity. ये सब bits में पूछेगा, ध्यान से पढ़ लेना. Am I clear? Therefore, pulses are taken as also not what, sir? Agriculture activity, and thereby it will become what, sir? Taxable. Not बोला है, ध्यान से. Am I clear? So this is the point in relation to agriculture. What is the main point? If you remember, the main point is very simple. Any activity in relation to agriculture or any activity in relation to agriculture produce or activity by way of what, sir? Agriculture extension services, these activities will become what, sir? Taxable. इन तीनों को छोड़ दो, any other activity will become what, sir? These three activities will become what, sir? Exempt. Any other activity will become what, sir? Taxable. Am I clear? So ये और ये क्या है आंसर? Exempt. Am I clear? See, when compared to your income tax act, the definition is wider as well as exemption is also wider, right? Even commission activity to bring the agriculture produce to primary market is also taken as what, sir? Exempt. Am I clear? So this is your point number 7. और बहुत सारे additional points are there, one by one I'll cover. Up to am I clear? So आगे जा रहा हूँ sir. Yeah, point number 8. आगे जाऊँ. Point number 7 is done. Now all other points are independent point. Please. Next point is nothing but what, you know, services by way of अलग point है ध्यान से. Service by way of loading, unloading, packing, storing and warehousing of what, sir? Rice. You may get it out. Sir, already rice is covered in ऊपर का definition. Now why you need to cover it here? No. If you remember, paddy is an agriculture produce, rice is not an agriculture produce. बोला ना. So for rice, government has given other exemption, saying that because of the consumption of rice is huge, government says when it comes to loading, unloading, packing, storing and warehousing of rice, even such activities are taken as what, sir? Exempt. पर याद रखना पांच ही है. First is what, sir? Loading. Second is what, sir? Unloading. Third is what, sir? Packing. Fourth is what, sir? Storing. And fifth is what, sir? Warehousing. These 5 activities in relation to rice are taken as what, sir? Exempt. Am I clear? Next point. Point number 8 हो गया. Point number 9. Services by way of warehousing of a minor forest produce. Now carefully understand. The keyword is what here, you know? Minor forest produce. ऊपर का keyword है rice. What is minor forest produce, sir? See, forest में जो produce आएगा उसमें दो में है. Major forest produce and minor forest produce. To avail exemption here, services in relation to minor forest produce is only taken as what, sir? Exempt. The to which service? Only warehousing service. Please. So transportation, transportation all will become taxable. What is exempt here? Only warehousing services. Now what is minor forest produce? You know tamarind, imli yaar. Tamarind is taken as what, sir? Minor forest produce. You remember this bamboo stick right now? Bamboo is also taken as what, sir? Minor forest produce. I have given some examples here. Tamarind, curry leaf, right now. Tendu patta. Tendu matlab? Tobacco leaves are called tendu. Cane, right now. Soap nut, kumkud kaya, something like that. Soap nut, bamboo, all these are taken as what, sir? Minor forest produce. So warehousing services in relation to minor forest produce is taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. Right now. Next, sir, point number 10. So these are different exemptions. हाँ, ये सब अलग अलग exemption है. Careful. Services by way of storage or warehousing of cereals. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Storage और what, sir? Warehousing of cereals. कोई लोग cereals बोलते हैं, कोई cereals बोलते हैं. Cereals, pulses, fruits, nuts, vegetables, spices, copra, sugarcane, jaggery, raw vegetable fibers such as cotton, flax, jute, etc., unmanufactured tobacco, betel leaves, tendu leaves, coffee and tea are taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. This is very, very important. For what, you know? For bits. Confuse कर देगा ध्यान से. This is very, very important for bits. They may give you some 4 products or 5 products in exam, asking you which of the following is not exempt when it comes to warehousing services. Carefully, I am reading again. Services by way of what, sir? Storage and warehousing of what, sir? Cereals, pulses. Cereals मतलब पता है ना? Cereals, pulses, fruits, nuts, vegetables, nuts, spices, copra, sugarcane, jaggery, raw vegetable fibers such as cotton, flax, jute, etc., indigo, unmanufactured tobacco, betel leaves, tendu leaves, right now, coffee and tea are taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. यहाँ पे लिखा भी है. This point is newly added by what, sir? Finance Act 2019. So to be very, very careful with this point. ये newly added है. Careful रहना. पूछेगा exam में. Am I clear? So this activity is taken as what, sir? Exempt from GST. What is this activity? This activity is in relation to what, sir? Storage only. Storage है ध्यान से. Am I clear? Okay, so please pause करके एक बार ध्यान से पढ़ लो. These notes I will share with you, don't worry. Right now. So point number 11. Services by way of artificial insemination of livestock. See, crossbreeding of animals should be generally natural, right now. मतलब जो breed करता है animals, we get the next generation, right? The next generation is called crossbreeding of animals. जब करते हैं, then we get the produce. See, sometimes to make the produce really faster, we give semen injection in the animal, right? To the animal, if I give semen injection, that is called artificial insemination. मतलब indirectly semen is getting through injection they insert it, right now. Those services of artificial insemination is also taken as what, sir? Exempt. ये सब additional points है, ध्यान से. Next, fumigation already I have explained you right now. Fumigation in warehouse of an agriculture produce is taken as what, sir? Exempt. Separate exemption was not required. This was already covered in point number 7. Point number 7 में point cover था. Separately government को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं थी. Come on. So fumigation services also taken as what, sir? Exempt, right now. Next, carrying on intermediate production process as what, sir? as job worker in relation to cultivation of plants and rearing of all life of animals except rearing of horses for food, fiber, fuel, raw material or other similar produce or agriculture produce. So if you are acting like a job worker and you carry out any intermediate production process to make the produce marketable or to go for agriculture, even those services also taken as what sir? Exempt. फिर से पढ़ा देता हूँ आप लोगों को, ध्यान से पढ़ो एक बार. What does the law says here? If you observe, the law says what, you know, if you act like a job worker to carry out what's some intermediate production process, मतलब some activity to make it marketable, right, in relation to what sir? Cultivation of plants or rearing of what sir? All life of animals except rearing of horses for food, fiber, fuel, ये सब तो point same है, or other similar products or agriculture produce. So job work activity to make the produce, right na sir? Even those job work activities are also taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. You need not be a cultivator, you need not be a seller, you need not be a farmer. Still if you are acting like a job worker to make the produce marketable or to grow the produce, right now, even those things are taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. So relatively ये भी important है बिट्स के लिए, याद रख लेना. ओके ना. नेक्स्ट नोट, यहाँ पे एक नीचे एक पॉइंट दिया है, यू नो पैडी, राइट. मिलिंग ऑफ पैडी मतलब वो पैडी के ऊपर जो छिलका रहता है ना, यू नीड टू डी हस्क इट, राइट. उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं डी हस्किंग. सो राइस मिल रहे, सो राइस मिल एक्टिविटी इज टेकन एज व्हाट सर? टैक्सेबल एक्टिविटी. देख लो वहाँ पे. सो व्हाट डज द लॉ से सर? वन मिनट. या व्हाट डज द लॉ से सर? What does the law says? Law says milling of paddy is not an intermediate production process in relation to what sir? Cultivation of plants. So मिलिंग मतलब राइस मिल बोलते हैं ना सर, जो पैडी को राइस में कन्वर्ट करता बॉयलर के थ्रू, राइट ना. सो दैट एक्टिविटी कैन नॉट बी टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम्पल. दैट इज वन क्लैरिफिकेशन गिवन. सो पढ़ लेना आप लोग प्लीज. Am I clear up to here? So milling of paddy is taken as what sir? Taxable activity. Going further, services by way of what sir? Slaughtering of animals. Animal slaughtering मतलब you know this bovine animals को कट करते ना सर. अभी चिकन है सर, चिकन को अगर बॉक्स में पैक करना है, बॉक्स मीट, you require an activity of slaughtering, right? So government says slaughtering of animals is taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. Am I clear? Next, likewise, one more similar point. Services by way of preconditioning, pre-cooling, ripening, waxing, retail packing, labeling of what sir? Fruits and vegetables which do not change or alter the essential character of the said fruits and services. See, if you go to D-Mart, अगर आप D-Mart में जाओ, if you want to purchase 4 apples or 6 apples, you'll get a tray. Tray can then neatly 6 apples would be placed and they'll be stickered, right? See, someone would have packed the apples in that thermocol tray, right? That activity of packing, stickering, waxing is all taken as what sir? Exempt from GST, because it is in relation to what sir? Fruits and vegetables. See, after doing all this also, apple still remains an apple only. Apple के ऊपर wax तो आने होगा. They apply the wax, right now, so that the life of the apple should be increased, right now. They keep a sticker. They do a neat packing to it so that attractive prices can be received from the customer. So government says activity of preconditioning, pre-cooling, ripening, waxing, retail packing in relation to what sir? Fruits and vegetables is taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. Am I clear? Superb. Last point, services provided by NCCD, National Center for Cold Chain Development under the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation, Farmers Welfare by way of cold chain knowledge dissemination. See, NCCD बोल के एक है भाई, National Center for Cold Chain Development, NCCD, National Center for Cold Chain Development under Ministry of Aviation, Cooperation and Farmer Welfare by way of what sir? Cold chain. मतलब अगर आप मेरे को अभी कुछ वेयर हाउस लगाना है सर, तो what type of I don't have all the knowledge for developing what sir, developing a cold chain, right? So I can approach this body and I can take some knowledge from them. When I take their knowledge, they'll ask me to make some payment. Say I've paid 40,000 rupees for development of my warehouse, right? Now only for knowledge sharing. The knowledge sharing activity is taken as what sir, exempt from GST. Am I clear up to here? So these are the total 16 points up to here. एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स पढ़े हम लोगों ने. मेन हेडिंग इज व्हाट सर? मेन हेडिंग इज एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड सर्विसेज. ये तो हो गया मेन हेडिंग आपका, राइट ना? इन दिस मेन हेडिंग व्हाट वी हैव? फर्स्ट वी हैव एनी एक्टिविटी इन रिलेशन टू एग्रीकल्चर, any activity in relation to agriculture produce, or any activity by way of what sir, agriculture extension services is exempt. That's point number 7, right now. Point number 8 is what sir? Rice के बारे में है. Rice keyword is rice. Point number 9 is minor produce. Which produce? Forest produce. So minor forest produce is also taken as what sir? Exempt if the services in relation to what sir? Warehousing of that minor produce. Point number 10 is very important sir. Warehousing of certain items is taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. दिस इज़ वेरी न्यू पॉइंट. बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ध्यान से बिट्स में पूछेगा, बिकॉज यू नीड टू रिमेंबर ऑल दिस ना. फ्रूट्स है, नट्स है, पल्सेस है, और क्या क्या है सर? टोबैको है, टेंडू लीव्स है, कॉफ़ी है, टी है. दिस आर ऑल टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम. ऐसे ही लाइफ स्टॉक का आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन करते ना सर, सीमन इंसर्ट करते, इवन दैट इज ऑल्सो टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम फ्रॉम जीएसटी. लाइकवाइज सर्विस बाय वे ऑफ व्हाट सर? फ्यूमिगेशन इन वेयर हाउस, वो जो केमिकल स्प्रेड करते, दैट इज ऑल्सो टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम. सो इफ यू आर एक्टिंग लाइक अ जॉब वर्कर फॉर व्हाट सर? फॉर टू कैरी आउट एनी प्रोड्यूस, एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस बनाने के लिए यू आर एक्टिंग लाइक अ जॉब वर्कर, इवन दैट इज ऑल्सो टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम सर्विसेज. उसके नीचे एक नोट दिया है, कन्वर्टिंग पैडी इनटू व्हाट सर? इनटू राइस. द एक्टिविटी ऑफ मिलिंग, दैट्स कॉल्ड राइस मिल, इज नॉट टेकन एज एग्जाम फ्रॉम जीएसटी बाई, बिकॉज पैडी ऑलरेडी गॉट अ मार्केट, राइट ना? राइस के लिए ऐसे अलग सा एग्जाम्शन है, पैकिंग, वेयर हाउसिंग, वो सब अलग एग्जाम्शन है प्लीज. लाइकवाइज सर्विसेज ऑफ व्हाट सर? स्लॉटरिंग ऑफ एनिमल्स इज टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम. फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स के लिए पैकिंग है, कूलिंग है, प्री पैकिंग है, वैक्सीन है, और क्या बोलते हैं, स्टिकरिंग सर्विसेज है, इवन दैट इज ऑल्सो टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम फ्रॉम जीएसटी. NCCCD से अगर आप नॉलेज लेते हो हाउ टू डेवलप अ वेयर हाउस, दो सर्विसेज ऑफ NCCCD इज टेकन एज व्हाट सर? एग्जाम फ्रॉम GST. So this covers our second main heading called what sir? Agriculture services. So agriculture services are taken as what sir? Exempt from GST. डाउट है तो मटेरियल शेयर करता हूँ, पढ़ लेना आप लोग आराम से. Am I clear?